Okay, hello everyone. So this year the Leaving Cert DCG project is an alarm clock. So this video 1, is about making the analog alarm clock or the Newgate alarm clock. And you will see the image of this appearing later on. So make sure it's the Newgate alarm clock or the analog alarm clock that we're making. It's the white one. So to get started, just before I go into the video, you'll be recording my laptop screen. You'll hear me saying certain things like control. You'll have to click the button control now and then. Just make sure you know where control is on your keyboard. If you don't, just make sure and ask me in class, where is control? Other things like, you'll hear me saying click. If I say click, then that just means normal left-hand click on the mouse. If I say right click, well then that means right click on the mouse. And then the roller on the mouse as well. You won't be able to make anything on this, with these videos, unless you have a mouse plugged into the laptop. You'll need the mouse to do this kind of work. Okay, we're going to get started. So I'm going to go over to SolidWorks. So it might say SolidWorks 2019. It might say SolidWorks 2020. There's different versions of it. But the one you want to open is this one. There is another one down here called SolidWorks Electrical and SolidWorks Compressor. And then there's also SolidWorks Drive and SolidWorks Compressor. But there's none of them we're opening. Just SolidWorks 2019 or 2022. Right click that and just click open, and SolidWorks will open in its own time. Now, so this video, I'm going to be making the main body of the Newgate clock, okay? Looking at the Newgate clock, and I'll be talking about this in class, there's altogether maybe about, you could make 20 parts, but we're not going to make 20 parts, as the department wants. They're looking for a minimum of 5. I'd say altogether I'll probably make it somewhere around the 8 mark, just to be sure. It's just easier for assembly if we make the 8. But we're going to get started anyway with the main body. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm in SolidWorks. If this screen appears in front of you like this, just X out of it. What you're looking for is this screen, just BS SolidWorks, and it might say 2020 or it might say 2019 or it could even say 2015. It makes no difference. Go up to the top left with your mouse, just bring it over SolidWorks, go over to the right, go to File, and just bring your mouse down then to New. Click New. And then you want to click the word part, and you want to click OK. And the screen will then change. Now, so we're in a main part file, and we're going to draw this that it's on the front plane. So I bring my mouse over to the word front plane here on the left-hand side. I right-click front plane, and I click the very first button, which is sketch. Now, you will never be using the buttons in the big box that's underneath now. You're always only going to be using the buttons in the top small box, and we're using the button sketch. We then go up to the top sketch bar and we go to the drop down arrow beside circle, and I'm going to click circle. I'm going to come over with my mouse. I haven't clicked anything, just bringing my mouse over. I'm going to normal click the origin once. And I'm going to drag my mouse left or right, it makes no difference, and you'll see a circle starting to draw. Click again, normal click once. When that's done, bring your mouse up and go to Smart Dimension. Once you've Smart Dimension clicked, come back down, anywhere you like on the circle, on the outside of the circle, so wait for it to change colour. In my case, it has changed orange. Click the circle once. A random number will appear, everybody's number will be different. Drag that number out anywhere you like, it'll be stuck to the mouse. Normal click anywhere you want on the screen, and a box will appear allowing you to type in a number. I want you to type in 115, 115, and then click yes. In fact, that actually brings me to a very important point before we go any further. Go down to the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and you should see MMGS down here. If you do not see MMGS, click the up arrow beside MMGS, I'm just trying to get it to pick it up, and make sure that MMGS is ticked. So I'm going to just untick it for the moment, and then I want to re-tick MMGS, and now we're in the correct setting, which is millimeters. You'll notice if you do change, just like me, the circle has now gone grey. So for us to get back into the circle, I go back over to the circle, anywhere on the outside of the circle again, wait for it to change colour, right click with your mouse, and then click the very first button in the top small box, Edit Sketch. Now we're back to where we started. Okay, so that's step one. We then go up to the top left-hand corner and we go to features. And we're going to extrude that a total of 11 millimeters. So we go to features, we go to extrude boss base. I change it from 10 here on the left-hand side. I delete out 10, I type in 11, and I click the green tick. I click it once, then I click it again. Now you have the first part of the clock made. Pause now if you have any trouble, rewind if you need to go again, go again. If anything goes wrong, so let's say you aren't this far and you're like, oh, I can't get any further, everything's gone wrong. Either ask for me, or if I'm busy, usually all you have to do is click the undo button a couple of times, and that will bring you back one step at a time. And if all else fails, start again from scratch. You've loads of time. There's no need to be panicking when you're doing this. Just start again from scratch. Okay, so we're going to go back at this again. Anywhere I like on this face, I'm going to right click with my mouse, and I'm going to click this button here, sketch. It's just to the left of the eyeball. It's this button here called sketch. Don't click the one above it by accident. Don't click edit sketch, that's incorrect. The button underneath, click sketch. Hit the space bar on your keyboard, that's the biggest button on your keyboard. And then hit the one with the arrow pointing up, normal 2. That will appear somewhere on your screen, click normal 2. And it will turn flat in front of you. Then go back into sketch up here in the top left, so we're going up to sketch here in the top left. We click the drop down arrow beside circle, we click circle again. And now I want you to draw a circle inside here, any size you like first, so it doesn't matter what size, just click it out there like so. Then like the last time, we're going to go to smart dimension. I'm going to click this on the outside anywhere I like. We're going to drag that number anywhere you want. We're going to click again to drop it. And we're going to change whatever that random number is to 100. Then click the green tick. Again, we're going to go to features. We're going to go to extrude boss base. And we're going to click extrude boss base. And we're going to extrude this. Instead of 11, we delete out 11. And we type in 36. And we push enter. And then we can click the green tick once. Click the green tick a second time. Now, at the moment, it's 2D in front of you, and we need to make it 3D, and this is when we're going to start using the mouse a little bit different. If you push down the roller button, like a button, push it down on your mouse, the roller, push it down, and when you move your mouse then, you're able to move the object around in 3D. So I want to get something like this, undo the roller, and now it's like this. The other thing the roller can do is you can zoom in and zoom out. So if wherever you have your cursor, wherever you pull the roller, it'll zoom, but you could lose it. Next thing you have a grey screen like what I have. And usually students start asking me, oh, sir, I can't find my piece. Push the letter F on your keyboard, F for find, and it'll bring it right back to you again. If that ever happens. So if you're rolling the mouse and next thing you can't see it or it's gone, click F on your keyboard and it'll reappear again. Okay, we have to repeat the process one more time. I'm going to right click anywhere I like on this surface. I'm going to click this button sketch, the one that's to the left of the eyeball. I'm going to hit the space bar. I'm going to click normal 2. And this time we're going to draw another circle. So I go to sketch, I go to circle, drop down arrow, circle, click anywhere here in the middle, draw a circle, doesn't matter what size, so I clicked once, dragged out, clicked again. I then went to smart dimension, and this circle is going to be 96 millimeters. So I click anywhere I like on the outside, and I type in 96, and I push enter. Again, I go to features at the top left. I go to extrude boss base, and I'm going to extrude that a total of 6. So I'm going to change the 36 to 6, and I click yes, and I click yes again. Again, I'm going to push down the roller on my mouse, and now we have the object in 3D. Doesn't have to be exactly like what my 3D looks like, just something like that. One more time. We're going to right click again on this face. We're going to go to sketch. We're going to hit the space bar. We're going to click normal 2. We're going to go to the drop down arrow beside the circle. We're going to click circle. We're going to draw a circle, click once, drag out, click again. We go to smart dimension. And I want that circle to be 90 millimeters. So click anywhere here you like, drag that number out. Whatever that random number is, change to 90, click the green tick, and then again, click yes. But this time, we're not going to extrude it, we're going to cut it. So you're going to go to features, you're going to go to extruded cut. It's a different button this time. You're going to change it from 6 to a total of 2, wrong number. 2 is what we're going to do. So delete out the 6, type in 2, click the green tick once, click it again. Push down the roller on your mouse, move your mouse to the left, and that now is the main body of the clock starting to be made. Okay. What has to happen next now is a whole bunch of fillets have to go onto the alarm clock. So in features, so make sure you're in the features tab, just come across here and there's a button called fillet. Just click fillet. Make sure that you're in the first option, constant size fillet. Sometimes the other options might be switched on. Just make sure the first one is clicked. Then, at the bottom, change it from 10, for the moment, to 5. Come over here, and I want you to click this edge in here. Once you have that done, click the green tick. That's that much done. Then again, go back to fillet. Make sure the first option is switched on. Delete out the 5 and put in 2. Now click this edge here, click this edge here, click this edge here. So if I zoom in by rolling the mouse, you'll see I click that one, and this one. 3 all together. Click the green tick. One more to do. Again, go to fillet. Change from 2, make sure the first one is switched on. Change it from 2 to 1. Click this little edge in here. And then click this very outside edge there. Click the green tick again. Now what you have is the main body of the clock made. What's left to do is to make it hollow. So we're going to go to a button called shell. Now I'm trying to, shell is just here, go to features, go across, there is shell. I'm going to delete out 10 and I'm going to type in 2. I'm going to click this face here and I'm going to spin around and I'm going to click this face here. Now, if you're wondering how I span around, I held down the roller on the mouse like a button and I just moved the mouse left and right and that allows it to spin around. Sorry. Once you have that done, click the green tick. Now, this happens sometimes. And all it is that 2 is the wrong number. I shouldn't have used 2. I'm going to change it from 2 to 3. So I'm delete out everything, type in 3, click the green tick again. Okay, 3 didn't work. We'll try 5. 5's not working, so we're going to try a smaller number then. So instead of 2, we'll try 1 this time round. Click the green tick. Perfect. So 1 is the option. And that has made the body of the clock now completely hollow. And that is the first part just about made. All that's left to make next is there is a slotted hole on the top for where the ringer, the bell chime, goes in. So if we go to top plane, right click top plane, click the very first button, sketch, hit the space bar, and again click normal 2. Now we're looking straight down on top of the body of the clock. Go to the sketch tab, and what we're looking for is a slotted hole. Now the slotted hole option is just here. Center point arc is incorrect. Click the drop down arrow beside that, whatever it says, and we're looking for a straight slot. Come over here, and anywhere you like, it doesn't have to be anywhere, but somewhere inside this grey area here where the slotted hole has to go. Click once with your mouse, go left, click again with your mouse, go down, click again with your mouse. Now you've drawn the slotted hole. Once you have that done, click the green tick. Now remember, it does not need to be in the exact location I have it, but you might have noticed that when I was doing it, it has no relationship. So I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure. So I'm clicking the undo button, it's gone. Drop down arrow, straight slot. Sometimes SOLIDWORKS is trying to help. See why it's picking up that blue line? I don't want that blue line. So I'm going over here, and no blue line is appearing now while we're doing this. I click once, I go to the left, I click again, I go down, I click again. Once you have that done, click the green tick. Now we're going to get into the correct place. So we're going to put measurements on it first. So we're going to get the correct size first. So it needs to be a total of 10. So we go to Smart Dimension. This little flat line here, click it anywhere you like, measurement up, change whatever that number is to 10. Click Enter. Then go from this flat line, click once, ignore the number, just go down to the next flat line, click again, and that's allowing us to put a thickness onto it, and the thickness of that is 5. So whatever the random number is, delete it, type in 5, push the green tick. So that's the slot made. Then push Escape ESC, top left-hand corner of your keyboard. Click that to turn off Smart Dimension. You might need to click it more than once. Then click this origin, this dot that's here between the two arrows. Click it once. Hold down Control on your keyboard. Click the middle of the slot. The middle point will turn orange on the slot, but make sure at all times you are holding down Control on your keyboard. You can let go of Control once you have that done, and on the left hand side over here, click the word or the button vertical. That will put it bang in the middle. Then click the green tick. The last step then is to go to Smart Dimension, click the dot here of the origin, click the center point, and that distance has to be a total of 25. So I type in 25, and I click the green tick. Now the slot's in the correct place. I can then click the green tick. I go to Features. I go to Extruded Cut. I change it from blind to True All. I'm just going to move this into 3D. Now it's going the wrong way. So we're going to click. Now if it's going up, then you don't need to do this step. But if it's going down like me, you click this button here beside the words True All, reverse direction, and I will bring it up, which is the way I want it to go. And then I click the green tick. And now the slot is in place for the bell chime. Click anywhere here you like, zoom back, you can have a look at it, see if you're happy with it. It looks great to me. We're going to save this now. So I go to SOLIDWORKS, File, Save As. Now, we're going to save this to the desktop of the PC for the moment. And we're not going to call it Part 1. We're going to call it Part 1 Clock Body. Okay, that's important. Make sure the word desktop is clicked, then click Save. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to minimize SOLIDWORKS, not exit now, minimize, that's this button here. And what you will find in your desktop now is your Part 1 clock body. Have a look for it and see can you find it. The next thing we're going to do now is we're going to create a folder that you're going to keep all of your parts in. Right click anywhere you like on a blank space of the desktop. Go to New. Go to Folder. Delete out the name New Folder, and I want you to call it DCG 2022 2023. Click anywhere you like outside the folder to come out with that, and then just drag and drop your part inside the folder. Okay, the reason why it's not doing it for me is because the part is still open. So I'm actually going to open up SOLIDWORKS. Going to click Save one more time just to be sure. I'm going to X out of SOLIDWORKS. And now I'm going to drag and drop it into the folder. Now this is very important. You won't always be able to be confident that your laptop is safe. Your laptop could get broken. Information can get lost. You need to copy and paste that folder every time that you've made a new part onto a USB key. Also, you need to get an email address and you need to attach that folder with the part to your email address, and you need to email it to yourself. That then means you have a cloud copy of it, and you have a physical copy of it, and you have the computer copy of it. And then that means if anything goes wrong, you still have your parts. Okay, so that's the end of video 1, main clock body done. Take your time with it, make sure it's meant to that, ask me questions if you're stuck, there's no problem. Okay, so thanks very much.